I'm ready when you all are.
I'm okay as well.
Excuse me? I just need to know when we're rolling.
It's being recorded now, Sonny.
Thank you very much. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to Competitive Communicators, where you only compete against yourself. I'd like to share with you a little bit about how we do our online meetings. You can mute and unmute yourself on our microphone. Basically, it's that blue arrow down below. And if you're not speaking, please leave your microphone on mute. You can also turn your camera on where it's circled. You can start and stop your video. Please click the stop video button when you need to step away or make a phone call or eat, and you won't disturb others. Below, you will also see next to the share screen the chat button. That's where you can chat with one person or many. Feel free to show your support by sending your fellow Toastmaster a message after they have spoken. Our policy: by participating in our meeting, you agree that a recording will be available publicly on our YouTube channel, our website, and other media, public media. Welcome again to Competitive Communicators. We hope that you enjoy your time with us this evening. Back to our president, Aaron Lung. It would help if
Thank
I
you.
stopped sharing.
Thank you very much, to fellow Toastmasters from all around the world. My name is Aaron. I am the president of this club. Welcome you aboard to this lovely flight attendant of flight 2018. No, 19, my bad. Because I was just trying to continue with Sunny's very lovely start because she makes me remember like flight attendant, what she said to me. Now, as welcome Rainy as well. So today today we have like 8 to 9 people, but we in Comparative Communicators we compete with ourselves. So no matter whether you're here, there, sleeping, or maybe working, we want you to be the best for yourself. So now is a time whereby we would love to do the present introduction of welcoming everyone. Please introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and one quote, one maybe a short sentence of a positive quote, or maybe like for example, for me, my name is Aaron. I'm from Hong Kong, and one positive quote for me today is that I'll try to quote from Sunny is that together we make the dream work. Okay, I'll pass the stage to William to introduce himself.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters. My name is William Thomas. I am from Hollywood, Florida. I am the Assistant Vice President of Membership for this club. And one quote: life is what you make of it. Life is what you make of it. Mr. President.
Round of applause. In Toastmasters world, when we want to give applause, we actually wave or we can shake. Let's do a warm up. Everyone just raise up your right hand, and then they shake and your left hand because I basically cannot hold on to both hands. So wave it, and then that shows support for our constantly upcoming meeting. Next, I would like to welcome Sunny up the stage.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am Sunny Fridge. I've been a Toastmaster since 2015 and a member of Competitive Communicators since last year. I like to say I'm a New York girl living in a Mississippi world, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I do love Toastmasters. William, our Table Topics Master, has said that love is our theme. Since we're talking about quotes, I just found this one really quickly. I've learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed. And that quote is by Booker T. Washington. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Next, we want to welcome our violinist of this club, Adrian.
Thank you, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and I was going to say guests, but I don't think we have any guests. I am Adrian. I am from Washington State, currently in Arizona, about 10 miles south of the Grand Canyon. Beautiful place, by the way. And my quote is, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to welcome Isabel up the stage.
Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Isabel from Ellicott City, Maryland. Well, I'm gonna have two quotes today. One for inspiration, I guess that will be later. A short quote here is one of my favorite. Knowledge is power, only if you know how to use it. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to welcome Cheryl up the stage.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Cheryl Poirier. I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And the short quote I pulled up today is, will we bury our heads in the sand today or in our hands tomorrow? And that's by my Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. That was one deep quote there. Next, I would like to welcome John to introduce himself. John? There? Yay, we have more people coming by. John, please introduce yourself. Oops, I think John is having some technical difficulty there. So maybe I welcome Rolando up the stage to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Orlando Goldman. I'm in Palm Beach, Florida. I'm delighted to be here tonight. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Rolando. Next, I would like to welcome Rainey. If Rainey
Hello,
is there.
everyone. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, everyone.
Yep.
My name is Rainy, and I'm from China. And one of the quotes that I loved the most when I was a student was that, give me a stand, then I can move the whole earth. I think it was by Archimedes or someone like that. Back to you.
Thank you very much. So while we wait for John to introduce himself in the chat box, he can actually type. I would like to say that today meeting, no matter how many people we are having, we are still there, we are still fighting, we are still making sure that everyone's a seat here. So when we want more members, we will spread the word out, right? So we would love to encourage all members to come by often and making sure that this meeting will be a very quality one. In any meeting in Toastmasters, we always have a star. The star person that leads the meeting with a very, very brilliant kickoff. And today, whoever is taking the role is definitely one person that is of great caliber. And that person is Sunny as a Toastmaster today. So let's welcome Sunny up the stage, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. But before I start, what's your quote? I can't recall you saying one. I'm not sure if you did.
My quote?
Yes.
My quote is, together we make the dream work.
Oh, that was yours. Okay, I now remember. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's right. And here we are, team. Go team. Today I will serve as your Toastmaster of the day. It's my pleasure, even though I feel like I want others to take part. This is such a wonderful role to be able to lead the team. We're going to start with a little inspiration. We had some a few moments ago. Here is a part of our meeting where we read or share an inspiration or quote to jumpstart our meeting in just 30 seconds. And here to do that is Isabel Cadore. Toastmaster Isabel, welcome.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Well, I have one of my favorite lines from Steve Jobs. He said, if you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. I believe this line says many truths about Toastmasters, especially for active members. We come here because we have a vision pulled us, not because somebody pushed us. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow. Woohoo. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kaduri. And it's interesting. I'll probably mention it a little bit later. I just came from a district meeting here in Mississippi that was so inspiring. Over 200 Toastmasters gathered. And as you said, they weren't pulled so much or really pushed. They actually wanted to be there. So that it was because they wanted to be there that they want to be better communicators. And so do we. No meeting can go well without a team. We have three parts. We have a prepared speaker part. Then after our prepared speeches, we have thinking on your feet with table topics. And then finally, we have evaluations. And that is the best part, listening. Here to help us with some of those roles are our counter grammarian, Adrian Pearson, will be up first. Adrian?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. As counter, I will be paying attention to how many ahs, ums, so's, likes, or those filler words, what we call them in Toastmasters. I'll be tracking this throughout the meeting. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report on how many each of us has said. As grammarian, I will also be looking for an interesting usage of words or phrases throughout the meeting as well. Again, I will present at the end of the meeting my report and findings of various phrases that we use throughout our meeting today. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Wizard of Oz and Grammarian. You forgot one thing. We need a word of the day. Will it be unique? You mentioned that earlier before we started our meeting. Maybe you can find the word definition and put it in our chat. Maybe unique, something similar. It's your choice.
Yes, I will get on that right now.
Thank you. Thank you
I
very
will
much.
find the definition and I'll put it on.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Next up, we have our timer. Time is of the essence, and here to tell us more about why that is Toastmaster DTM Cheryl Poirier. Cheryl?
Well, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Yes, timing is important, not only to respect others' times, but to make sure that we make our point succinctly. I will be timing the major roles of the meeting, such as prepared speakers and table topic speakers. When you have reached the minimum time, you'll see this card. When you're getting close to the end of your time, you will see this one. And when your time is up, I will show the red card. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Madam Timer. Is there anyone who would like to fill in for the role of chat monitor? If not, we will move on, but I'm just giving someone a chance if they'd like to volunteer. Going once, going twice. All right, gone. Next is our first part of our meeting, prepared speeches. Today we have Harian, and let me find, Harian Tassat will be coming from...
Toastmaster, you forgot about the watcher.
The watcher? Which watcher?
I am the watcher for tonight, the body language monitor.
Oh, how do you know I wasn't saving you for last?
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Orlando. Please go. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I'm sorry. As a watcher or body language monitor, I'll be watching for body language, of course. I'll be watching all the visual effects and provide a report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you again, Mr. Body Language Monitor. At this time, we will begin our prepared speeches. We do have one speaker today, Harian Tassat, and Harian will be coming from the competent communicator, inspire your audience. His title is Conquer Negative Thoughts. Conquer Negative Thoughts. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Hario.
Just a heads up, he's not here. He's not here.
I don't think he's here, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, that does happen. It happened the other day at another club, which means that the star of the hour will be our table topics master. And that is our Toastmaster, William Thomas. Let me make sure I'm on the right track. Yes, that's William Thomas. Toastmaster Thomas is going to take over and tell us all about table topics, its purpose, and how we can all take part. Toastmaster William Thomas, let's welcome him.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and future Toastmasters. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Table Topics is where you get to answer a question that you may or may not know the answer to. So please listen to the question, because the question will not be repeated. Today's theme is love. Before I get started with the questions, Madam Timer, can you give us the timing requirements for table topics?
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. I am pleased to do so. Your speech should be 1 to 2 minutes in length. You'll see the green at 1, yellow at 1.5, and red at 2 minutes. And that's a sign you should wrap it up. To be considered for voting as to best table topic speaker, you have to keep it under 2.5 minutes. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Madam Timer. Love can be a strange thing. Toastmaster Aaron Long.
Okay, wait. Give me a question. Is that the question?
Yes, love can be a strange thing.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, most distinguished guests. First of all, I have to spotlight myself because I forgot to do so. Yep. Love can be a strange thing. And when we talk about strange, we define strange as a marvelous sensation, but we don't know where it comes from. That is my definition of strange, because I thought love is everywhere. But when we slowly let this love sink into our hearts, we find that, wow, we're empowered by strength. We are empowered by lots of passion. We're inspired by our makeups. We are inspired to really comb our hair for the best day of our life, just to inspire the girl of our dream. Or maybe the love is representative of our parents' love, where they give us unconditional love when we were young, and that's the first time I received love from them. Isn't that strange? Why people give love to others? Hmm. Maybe because we are human. Maybe because we want the world to be at its best state. Or maybe it's just like Sunny or the rest of our team giving love to each other to be the better of ourselves. That is so strange. Are you paid to give love? No, you aren't. Are you paid to even give wisdom and passion? No, but we are here just to bring this LOVE. L stands for leadership. O stands for organization. V stands for our vocal variety to connect. And E stands for enthusiasm. Maybe it's so strange to answer this table topics after all. And I will pass the stage back to our table topic master.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Love, it makes you go crazy. Toastmaster, Isabella.
Thank you, Madam, Mr. Table Topics Master. Let me understand correctly. Your question is, does love make people go crazy? Is that the question? All right.
Yes, that's the question.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Love does crazy things for the people around me, which is a good thing, because most of the time when we say love makes somebody crazy, usually bad things happens. We read things like that from news all the time. I remember once I just read some report on the news. It happened in China. There was a mother, and she has a very dangerous condition called pulmonary hypertension. So the doctor warned her she shouldn't get pregnant because that would kill her. But she, out of love to her unborn child, she did it anyway. And then right after giving birth, she was in critical condition, and the doctor tried everything they can to try to save her life. She ended up had a lung transplanting. However, with a new lung from a donor, she only survived less than a year. She died from organ rejection and chronic infection. I feel sorry for her. That's one example I can think about that make people crazy. Back to you, Mr. Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Isabella. Greatest love of all, Toastmaster Sonny Frage.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests who may be watching our replay. The greatest love of all. As we get close to Good Friday and Easter Sunday, the greatest love of all for me in my life is the love of Christ. For so many years, I have been taught that if we love the Lord and we love each other, that's how we make this world a better place. So the greatest love of all is loving yourself and then loving others. I love my family. And when I worked at a local university, it was always God, family, and then that university. And I still like to think about that a lot. I just love, I love a lot of things, however. I love Toastmasters. I love family, my sisters. I love chocolate. Can't wait till I finish this meeting so I can have a little more. And and I love life. You know, they say YOLO, you only live once. I'm not so sure about how long I'll live, but my goal is just to live each day and love as well as I can. And right after this call, I'll be calling my parents, and I usually talk to my sisters. So the greatest love of all is just loving yourself and others. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Sonny. Parents' love for a child. Parents' love for a child. Toastmaster Rolando Goldman.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. Fellow Toastmasters, parents' love for a child is indescribable. Love parents will do anything for their children. Even from birth, parents start caring for their children. Parents would put themselves in harm's way for the child. That you wonder why. It's because, again, this emotion called love is unique. You can't explain it. Certain things that love makes you do, that you wonder, are you in your right mind? You'll see a lot of things people do when they love somebody or they love the children. When love is involved, it's no longer about the logic or the mindset. It's an emotion. It's a feeling that you cannot explain, you can't describe. It pushes you to do things that you never thought was possible. But because of love, you go out of your way to do the impossible. Mothers that will stay hungry just to feed the kids, that's love. Only love will make someone do that. A mother will stay in front of a car to protect the kids. Only love will make someone do that, put themselves ahead of the other person. So a mother's love, they think about the kids first and then themselves. If it wasn't for mothers, or if it wasn't for women with the emotional gift, the world would be a sad place. But because of mothers bringing up good kids, sharing the kids, and females now, women becoming more part of the leadership, the world is becoming a better place. I think if the leaders of the world, a lot of women start being in leadership as far as the major countries in the world, we'll have less war, we'll have more love, and more kind, and more peace in the world. Back to you, Mr. Topic Master.
Thank you, Orlando. The first time puppy love. First time puppy love. Toastmaster Cheryl.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. I don't know how many of you who are over the age of 30 can remember far back to that first time you fell in love. That wonderful feeling, you experienced that for the first time, and we call it puppy love. But who knows? Is it really the kind of love you would put on a puppy? I don't know, because it's so long ago I can barely remember it. I do remember, however, that his name was James. I even remember his last name, but I will not share it in case sometime you meet someone with that name and suspect that it's him. He was in my grade 4 class. He was beautiful, in my opinion. When I look back at my school pictures, I go, really? Really? I thought he was beautiful, but I did because I was in grade 4. And he was so nice to everyone. I look back at least that and I think, okay, he wasn't very smart, but he was beautiful and he was nice. 2 out of 3 is not bad. I also remember that rush of feeling was just such a surprise to me. I had no idea I could feel like that about a boy, because up until that point, boys just simply had cooties. They were just not something I was interested in at all. But that puppy love was a learning experience to help me learn to love differently and learn to love a wide variety of people. starting as young as grade 4. I know there's other kinds of love that started before, but that one was incredibly significant. So puppy love is important. And maybe you should all think back to when your first crush came about. Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Madam Timer. Love. Does it make you climb the highest mountains? Toastmaster John Labiola.
It's gone.
Okay, he's gone. Hold on, let me go scan through. Okay, Toastmaster Rainey, can you take that question? Okay.
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. Can love make you climb the highest mountains? Can love make you climb the highest mountains? Toastmaster Rainey.
Well, when I was younger, like when I was in school, I dreamed that one day maybe I can buy Prince Charming, and then we will live like a fairy tale, happily ever after. So I was looking for the one, and that time my family didn't talk too much about romantic love in our family because like they think it's not an appropriate thing. Sorry for the noisy background. So it's not very appropriate in China, in those traditional families, to talk too early about the romantic love. And the only thing they mentioned to me is that you have to find someone that is very rich and who can support you, so you don't have to work hard. But I disagree with them. And then when I was in my university, I found someone. I thought I found someone, and he was not rich at all. He was actually very poor, but I think he treated me very well. And he regarded me as his princess. So that's one reason I love him very much. And after I graduated from university, I just got pregnant instantly, and then I married him. And I thought my life would start, my new life would start, like a happy new life. But later I found that love can support a family. Love can support raising a kid. You have to have something called money, or we call economical fundamental, so that you will be able to live a little bit happier life. And sometimes men does not, reliable. So for a woman, you have to have your own job and your own career, so that if one day a man leaves you, you can still rely on yourself. So for me, I don't think love can help me climb the highest mountain, but it encourages me to fight harder for all the difficulties in my life. Back to you.
Thank you, Rainey. Thank you. This will be the last question. Love, can it transform a person? Toastmaster Sunny.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. Can love transform a person? Can love transform a person? Absolutely. I've had the opportunity to meet people who have been kind, Christian, and then I have met some people who've just been really mean and ugly, and not ugly physically, but just ugly in their heart. But I do believe that love can transform a person, their life, and it can really just change the way that you look at your fellow man. And it can take someone who really may not even have a lot of hope, and then they become optimistic because they have love. And One of the characteristics of love is just charity. Charity begins at home. Another characteristic is being kind. And I just want to say that everyone should remember three things. One, to be kind to yourself. Two, to be kind to others. And three, just to be kind-hearted. It makes a difference. And to love yourself. Because if you don't really love yourself, often you can't love others. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master. May love transform you. And I've got a question for you.
Thank you, Madam.
Mr. Table Topics Master, I have a question for you. The question for you is,
Go ahead.
This is your Table Topics question. Love is a many splendored thing.
Wow. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and future Toastmasters. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Love is a wonderful thing. It can be. I remember my first love, Jessica. Now, let me tell you, Jessica had the sweetest face, the cutest little dimples, and the sweetest smile that can make the sun rise and fall at the same time. She had the bluest eyes. If you looked into her eyes, it was like looking into the ocean. Just talking her about it, I'm getting all tingly inside. Jessica was my first love. In fact, I ran into her about 3 months ago. She now has 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, and she's been married for 10 wonderful years to a great guy. And it was awesome running into her, just from thinking about our relationship. Now, our relationship changed from love to friendship. Now, friendship and love can be the same thing. Yes, my fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, love and friendship are interchangeable. They can transform, transmutate into many things. In fact, some of my friends used to call us, Jessica and William, they used to call us Wakama, is what the name some of my friends gave us, Wakama. And the reason they gave us that name is because when we just looked into each other's eyes, the world just passed by. It was like the world stood still. We just could not stop looking into each other's eyes. And I could not stop looking into those deep blue eyes. My fellow Toastmasters, if you can find love like that, if you truly can find love like that, you would truly be blessed, because love is the most splendid thing, and love is what makes this world go around. If we could have more love in this world, I believe all the wars we have would fade away, and only peace, love, and happiness would remain. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster William Thomas, for that unique perspective on love being a many splendored thing and a transformative thing. We are in a unique position at this time since we don't have speakers. And I'm going to defer to our president. I think that we should probably have either a round robin evaluation or come up with a general question and just have everyone answer that question. So, Mr. President, what would you like us to talk about?
I think we can actually talk about the round robin for all our speakers just now. So everyone can actually give some comments about the speakers along with their the first person will be me, the second person will be the next person. So everyone can actually give their comments and suggestions for improvement. Would that be
Well,
fine for everyone?
well, let's just hope we all remember some of those answers. That was quite a few of them. And if not, we can definitely come up with a one single question and have everybody answer that. So let's go ahead and start with you, Mr. President, if you'd like to comment on someone's speech. Table topic.
For me, I would like to comment on William's speech. William actually did a really great job on capturing our moments in terms of pacing. So for me, I find it's very fascinating because I haven't seen William giving a speech for quite some time, and his wow moments is that his pacing, he slowly let us down, sink into his momentum is extraordinary. So give a round of applause to William for creating a very nice visual element in our mind.
Okay.
And now is the time whereby I want to give some suggestion to him is that first of all, most importantly, time. Uh, Sometimes when we actually try to indulge ourselves in this visualization, we might actually lost track of time. We will miss out this timer. So definitely went over time. So keep the time within the 1 to 2 minutes. That will be great and appropriate. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Madam Timer, would you be able to give us the times of all of our speakers so that if anyone wanted to comment on someone's time, either being under or over, we could also add that to our evaluation, please?
Sure. No one was under time. Aaron was getting close at 2:21. Isabel 1:52. Sunny, your first time around was 1:33. Rolando 2 minutes 58 seconds. I was 2:01 according to my clock. Rainey timed me at 2 minutes exactly. Rainey was 2:27. Sunny, your second round was 1 minute 21 seconds, and William 2:59.
Thank you, Madam Timer. Next up on our table topics list, Toastmaster Isabel. Would you like to share a comment regarding someone's answer? Toastmaster Isabel. If not, I will
Isabel,
go.
you have to unmute.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. Well, I think this is a really excellent table topic session. The topic love is always a very suitable topic for the meeting. And I love how Cheryl talked about puppy love. I thought that was very humorous. And try to remember Rainey talked about her personal experience, and I felt a lot in common with Rainey because my first marriage was also with my graduate school boyfriend, and it didn't work well. I think both of us did not have enough life experience, cannot distinguish what's the affection between what's affection and what's the solid foundation to start a family. And so thank you for sharing, Rainey. I love the little twist Sunny did at the end of the table topic section. And she gave a table topic master a spontaneous question. And that was a very, very interesting twist. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Isabel. Next up is me. As I recall a few of the speeches, I really enjoyed Rolando's speech. There is nothing like the love of a mom, and Rolando, you definitely spoke from your heart. Yes, a mom will do so many things, and although this doesn't have so much to do with the speeches, I will share something from this weekend's district conference, Toastmasters conference, when the organization honored someone and they were unwed mothers, and this woman was being honored for her 27 years working with teenage moms who went back to school, and that she did such a good job. And one thing that we really loved about her speech was how inspiring she was when she talked about two sisters who took turns taking care of each one's young child so the other one could go to school. Another mom took a bag to school to gather up food so they'd have something to eat. There was a young mom who got pregnant by a 17-year-old. She was 15, but she spoke on behalf of all of those moms, and she appreciated being rewarded. And Rolando, your speech reminded me of that, because there is so much that we all owe to moms in the world, even if it's not your own mom. It's someone who showed you a mother's love. My mom can't be with me. She is in North Carolina, but there is an aunt that I have through marriage, Aunt Helen, who has been like a second mother to me. And we certainly appreciate the love of a mother. So Rolando, you gave a great speech, and what made it great was because as you were thinking on your feet, you gave instances of what a mother would do for the love of her child. So kudos to you. Now, next up is Miss Puppy Love herself, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Cheryl. What comments can you share round robin style?
First of all, William, thank you for those questions. You know, I haven't thought about James in about 100 years. So you brought back a memory, and I truly enjoyed going back that far in my life. Honestly, I can't remember if it was grade 4, 5, or 6, but we'll believe it at grade 4. I would like to also comment, William, on your speech. You had such descriptive language talking about that girl. I think we could all picture her. So very much appreciate the use of your wonderful language. Isabel, I would like to give you praise for sticking it out there. You seemed lost for words at first, but then you found the story of a person who had died, and it was like you could have made a whole speech out of it. Because that's when you came to that story, that's where your real opening was. You had a body and then you closed, and you did it on time, even being lost for words at the beginning. So kudos to you. I agree with you also about Rainey's topic and being students and not knowing exactly what you're looking for. Rainey, I think you've got a whole speech in that one as well. And I'm afraid that's about all I can remember, or have nothing different to say on any other speeches. Back to you, Sunny.
Thank you so much. And now, Rainey, let's hear from you regarding thoughts, comments on what you heard tonight.
Well, I first I like sorry. First, I like your speech, Sunny, and you shared with us, because when William asked the question, I was thinking to myself, what is the greatest love? And I would say like love for family, or love for friends, love for your spouse, or more deeper love for nature. But you mentioned about the Christ. I think that's something that I have never ever thought of. Yeah, so enlighten me. Love for Christ and love for all the people in our world. I really love your speech. And also for Isabel, and you shared a story that I happen to know of in China, which happened in China. And I think that mother is really brave. But I wouldn't call it a crazy love. I think it's just a mother's instinct, because she's a mother, so that's something she wants to do. And yeah, I really respect that. And also for Rolando, you talked about parents' love. Yeah, parents' love is unique. It's not like some other type of love, and it's not asking for paying back. It's just sacrificing. Like
me for my son. I don't ask for anything back from him whether he's successful or he's failed in the future when he grow up. I won't ask anything in return. I just sacrifice everything. I want him to be happy and healthy. Yeah, that's my comment. Thank you.
And thank you, Rainey. And we definitely, I have one more person to call on, but we definitely do want to also say great table topics, William, for coming up with these one-liners and leaving it up to us to figure out what our answers are. That really does make us think on our feet. I believe that we did not get a chance to hear from Adrian. Adrian, either you can answer one of the earlier questions or just give us feedback on maybe one of the table topic answers that you heard. Adrian?
Yes, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I would like to give some feedback on Rolando's. I think your table topics was great. I really liked the uses of your pauses, because instead of filling your table topic with filler words, you took that pause and you were really thinking through what your answer is. And that is a very good skill to have, and it's hard to come by. So good job on your use of pauses, and overall you did a really great job with your table topics. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Adrian. And we still have some time to fill before we actually get a general evaluation of our meeting and information from our helpers. Would our guest like to speak? I see there is our guest, Bobo. Would you like to answer one of the questions previously? Bobo? Okay, maybe not at this time. So Bobo has left the building. Okay. Well, thank you. Again, this has been our thinking on our feet portion, and we've also did a little bit of evaluation. Now I'm going to call on our general evaluator. Let's see who that is. So Isabel Kadori, didn't know you were doing double duty today. A general evaluation, call on your helpers and whatever else that you'd like to do to round out this meeting. And also, before I say that, Adrian, I loved your evaluation, and that you mentioned the pauses. I saw it, but I forgot to mention that the power of the pause is amazing, and you were spot on with that evaluation. Okay, thank you. Now, Miss General Evaluator, Isabel Kadori.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the evaluation portion of the meeting. Today's evaluation gonna be a short and sweet session. A Toastmaster is a supportive environment, so we train our listening skills and practice giving objective and constructive feedback. In this way, we foster growth. Even though we already had a round-robin evaluation session, I would like just to say a few words to the table topic master. He did an excellent job, and he ran the show today. And William, you selected a great topic for the meeting, and you also prepared well, had many excellent questions. And I always liked when William tells a story. Yeah, excellent storyteller. With this, since we don't have any evaluators for prepared speech, we're gonna jump to calling the meeting facilitators. Our counter today is Adrian Pearson. Adrian, would you please give us the report?
I would be happy to, Isabel. Thank you very much. What a unique meeting and topic for our meeting today. For our all counters, most of us did pretty well. Isabel, I did count. You had 25 ums and you had 5 uhs. Rainey, you had 2 likes, 1 and 2 uhs. And Sunny, you had 1 Those seems to be our go-to words, is the ums and uhs. Some people like to use others such as with that, but I noticed with this club, ours are uhs and ums. We could work on that. Other than that, that is my report for uhs and ums. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Adrian. Especially thank you for giving me a truthful feedback. And most people will stop the counting after 5 or 10. I love to hear the exact number. I thought that was about right. I use a lot of ums and uhs, especially when I think. I just did. Well, I'm going to.
I won't count that one.
Thank you. I will turn the table back to Toastmaster Adrian for the grammarian report. Please help me welcome Adrian.
Thank you again, Madam Evaluator. I picked up some pretty good phrases throughout our meeting. Sunny, I really liked on your first table topic, I really liked the greatest love of all is loving yourself and loving others. That was really spot on for your topic. Your second one, I did capture the 3 things that you mentioned. So that would be 1, to be kind and love yourself. 2, to love others. 3, be kind-hearted and love yourself. I thought that was fantastic. Rolando, during your table topics, I captured a parent's love for a child is indescribable, and it really is, as we know. I also picked up the love you go out, because of love, you go out of your way for the impossible. And yes, in some cases, that is very true. And I also caught, if we had more love, more kind, there would be less war. And I do agree with that statement as well. Cheryl, I really enjoyed your, really? I thought he was that beautiful? I thought that was great. Also, rush of feeling was a surprise to me. That rush you were describing, that rush of how your puppy love can come, was just so surprising for you at such a young age. I thought that was great. And I also thought puppy love is important. Of course it is. Rainey, I really enjoyed your love can't support a family. It's one of the hardest lessons that we have to learn sometimes, but you captured it. You're absolutely right. And I also picked up, you need to support yourself. And you're very right. My mom taught me the same. Husbands and boyfriends can come and go, and you always need to be able to support you and your children. And lastly, William, yours was great because I picked up on, she had the greatest smile that made the sun rise. Oh, that just hit my heart. That was fantastic. I also picked up on how love and friendship can be interchangeable and transform into one another. And also, love is the most splendid thing and makes the world go round. So I would really like to give everyone a big round of applause for all of your table topics. They were fantastic. This was a great table topics. And again, with William giving us a short answer or a short statement and us trying to think quickly on our feet to fill that, I picked up some great use of grammar and fabulous topic. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian. I was really amazed, by your listening skill, and you're amazing. By picking up so many good use of language. That was awesome. Do we have a word of the day today?
Yes, we do, and I'm glad you reminded me. Our word of the day was unique, and Rolando, Sunny, and Rainey used the word of the day.
Excellent.
I think I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you. You did such a wonderful job. Your grammar report is an excellent speech by itself. Next, I would like to call our body language monitor, Toastmaster Rolando. Please help me welcome Rolando.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, that was a great meeting. Great questions, great table topic speeches. And we all look good. Congratulations to ourselves. We all look great. And the only thing that I can comment on is William, he has a distracting fan going over on top of him. But besides that, he brought up a lot of good table topic questions. Because of that, we forgive him. Next time, he'll fix it. Over to you. I'm General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you for your observance and accurate feedback for the meeting. I need to call our chat monitor, but unfortunately I forgot who is our chat monitor. We don't have a chat monitor?
No.
Okay. Then we will go, we already have our timers report today. So, well, that concludes the meeting. I want to thank everyone for making this meeting successful and interesting. I now turn the meeting back to Toastmaster of the day, Sunny Fridge, Dr. Sunny Fridge.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster and General Evaluator Isabel. Thank you for doing such a great job, and thanks everyone. This has been an interesting meeting for us today. We weren't quite sure how long we were going to be able to go on because we did not have speakers. But in life, you have to roll with the punches, and it's not so much what happens to you as what you do when something happens to you. And we rolled with the punches, and we did what we did. We spoke. Speakers speak. And the next best thing that we can probably do is to have that speech in our pocket so that when one person doesn't have a speech, another person will. I have several presentations that I should be able to give at a drop of the hat. So this is going to teach me to at least have one in my back pocket, so to speak. And next time I'll have a little bit more to fill in the time. But there's nothing wrong if we end a couple of minutes early. I will say again, thank you, everyone. I think we did an awesome job as a team. Teamwork does truly make the dream work. And with that, I will return the virtual lectern back to our president, Aaron Long.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Sunny. Great job. Give a round of applause to Sunny for leading us a very great, lovely meeting, and moreover, taking the job as an SAA. Now is the time whereby it's about the votes. Unfortunately, the polls are not really working for me, so I'm actually trying to do something slightly different. First of all, do you want to vote first? If you do, I will actually give my suggestion for how to vote. If you do, then raise your hand. If you don't want to vote, then you don't need to raise up the hand. Let's see how many people raise up their hand. Okay, so William. Okay, William, you're the only one who raised up the hand. Okay, so basically, let's see how it goes. Because my suggestion for voting is that everyone shout out a name. The name that they think is the best table topic speaker, and then we tally whose name comes up the most. Sounds challenging, but there's only one person that's actually voting. So there's no best evaluator, there's no best speaker, there's no best table topic speaker. So now is the time whereby I will give the president vote. Then this is the only vote that basically I can vote. And today I think that the person that deserved the most applause, the person who did a splendid job, I want to give the award to Sunny. Very simple speaking, flawless job, controlling the atmosphere, bringing the momentum back into pace, and the motivational element is extraordinary. So for that simple reason, give a round of applause to Sunny. So we would love to hear from Sunny on her winning thoughts of the President Award.
I'm so glad that the part of the speech where this meeting wasn't recorded when I was saying, I don't want to be Toastmaster of the day. I want someone else to be the Toastmaster of the day. But it was another opportunity to just lead this meeting. I've been away for a couple of meetings, and it was just good to be here. Sometimes we feel we have to have everyone in place. I certainly don't want to waste an opportunity when we do have roles for speakers. That's one thing. But other than that, there is nothing wrong with table topics, because in life, someone may get a promotion. They need to be able to speak on their feet. Someone else may have to do it because they have to get better at presenting at a job. So table topics are just another great way for us to be more effective communicators. Glad that I could be a part of it. Glad that we have such a great team. Glad that our table topic master had enough statements for everyone. Happy that you feel that I deserve an award today. I'll just accept it. I'll be gracious. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Any one of us could have been chosen. Thanks. And, Mr. President, you are just drinking. What are you doing?
Thank you, my bad. I forgot to unmute myself. But yeah, we always make this error or mistake sometimes, overlooking it. So I was saying that before I pass the stage back to Sunny to lead on the gender part later on, I would like to really say to our whole team right now that, first of all, everyone is part of us and is a very important role taker. I would say that without you guys, this club would not be complete. Every one of you has different talents. Every one of you has different characteristics that brings this club a truly competitive one and also improving for it. So I would love to encourage everyone to bring your friends, tell them to come by again, or talk back to the members who might have be busy in their lives. Tell them, take a break, take a pause, come to Toastmasters, and then cheer them up, etc. Because everyone here to me is a VPN. So the more you talk about this online club, the more people come by, the more the merrier. We want to create this club as a competitive communicator whereby they compete themselves, not with us, not with other people around the world, but with themselves. So hopefully you can just bring people in there, and we'll take it from there. I'll pass the stage to Sunny, who lead us on the agenda roles next week. So Sunny, your stage first.
Thank you, Mr. President. Next week, I am pleased to say that we have 3 speakers. We have Rainey Ding, William Thomas, and Adrian Pearson. What we do need is 3 evaluators. We also need a Toastmaster of the Day, someone to lead us. If you can't take on that role at this exact moment, strongly consider thinking about it over the weekend. But without the Toastmaster of the Day, we really don't have that person that leads us. So if you haven't been a Toastmaster of the Day yet, consider doing it. If you've only done it once, let's do it again. We also have grammarian role, body language, chat monitor, timer. So those roles are open, as well as the general evaluator. I hope that someone will go ahead and take Toastmaster of the Day and also come up with a great theme for next week. Back to you, Mr. President. Before I actually turn it back over to you, sir, does anybody want to take on a role at this moment of the ones that I mentioned? Grammarian, body language, chat, they're almost all open. So at least we have speakers.
I would take the body language.
Okay. Aaron, body language.
I recommend Rainey to take up the Toastmaster of the Day.
You did such an excellent job before. Rainey sometimes has her cheerleaders in the background, but if you can do it, we'd love to hear from you again, Rainey. Is she still here?
She's still here. I was looking for if she wants to become. Rainey is doing a speech.
Sorry, she's speaking.
Okay, then my bad.
Okay.
I haven't heard Cheryl speaking for a long time. Is Cheryl going to give a speech?
Well, not next week, but